games. Timberwolves having a moment right now. Not a good one. Lost to the Clippers yesterday. They've lost 2 straight, 3 of their last 4. They're all, sub 500 teams. But the loss to the Pelicans on Friday was the one that basically got Rudy Gobert to call his teammates out for their, quote, unacceptable effort. I'm going to you, Boogie. Yeah, they're struggling. But the messenger is also very important in any moment like this. So what do you think?
I didn't like it, man. The reason I didn't like it is because it was said publicly. Like, if this is a message in the locker room, I'm totally okay with it. I'm even okay with the messenger. I do feel he's one of the, leaders of this team, one of the leaders. He's definitely one of the veteran guys. And he's an established guy in this league. So I'm not necessarily mad at the message. The only part is saying it publicly, calling out, subliminally calling out teammates publicly. I don't like that. And also the coaches. And I'm sure the coaches didn't like it.
No, they didn't.
This could be a distraction. You know what I mean? This isn't something, that I view as a positive thing moving forward. It can make guys feel a certain type of way. It can obviously make your coach feel a certain type of way. But I would have respected the message more if it was simply, held in-house between the guys. If you feel like you got to get something off your chest like that, I'm totally okay with it. I'm okay with accountability. It's just more so doing it publicly. That's teacher's pet type shit, and I just can't go for that. So that's my only issue with it. But I've spoke on it in the past before as far as this overall team, and I've always felt like Rudy was the reason this team can't go to another level. I feel like he puts a cap on his team, and mostly is contract-wise, and contract and the production don't really go hand in hand. Like, yeah, the narrative is he's this great, defensive guy, but and that may be true when you bring up the advanced stats. So with that being said, it's still another side of the court that sometimes he's a negative for the Timberwolves on the other side of the court. Sometimes they're on the offensive end playing 4-on-5. I've never seen a teammate call you out. I've never seen a coach call you out. So, it goes hand in hand. So like I said, at the end of the day, the message may not be wrong. I'm even okay with the messenger. I just don't like that it was publicly said.
His coach didn't either, by the way, for the record.
I'm okay with it. It's 2 things that you can control as a player. That's your attitude and that's your effort. He challenged that effort. And when you lose 3 out of 4 games, somebody got to say it. Like, somebody got to be the person to step up and say, yo, we can play better than this and we can play harder than this. Now, we can make a case about public, but at this point in our lives, everything is public. Everything is being talked about.
Not in the locker room, Lou. Not in the locker room.
But we're talking about effort.
Different era.
We from a different era. But how it works right now, we got detailed player-only meetings. We got details of player-only meetings. That's the world that we living in. We are from a different era.
You got to weed out the teacher's pets. That's why I said what I said.
See, I ain't gonna get on that. I ain't gonna get on that boat with you. But what I'm gonna say is, if we're having an effort conversation, if we're just having an effort conversation, I should be able to say that. With what I've done for this team and what I've done in my career, I should be able to say our effort can be better if I'm Rudy Gobert. He didn't trash anybody. He didn't use any explicit language or whatever. So if I can't go out and say, like, if Ant Edwards came out and said our effort has to be better, this is a non-issue. We're not even having this conversation. But because it is Rudy Gobert, we're gonna kind of like, I don't know if I really want to hear that from you. But again, he's a defensive player of the year multiple times. He's a $100 million guy. He's probably going to be one of the captains, one of the veterans in the locker room. And Boogie, you saying you okay with it? So I'm cool with it. That's what I'm saying. I'm cool
totally
with it
fine with
because
it.
Because it's an effort conversation. And so
I agree.
I don't feel like it's a big deal. It could have been worse. We've heard and we've seen worse from other guys. The effort is unacceptable when you're in a Western Conference and it's go time and everybody is trying to get better right before the break. Because as you know, next Wednesday after that break, it gets real, and it gets real for everybody. So do you address it? Do you say something now? Or do you become a first round exit team and then everybody has something to say? So I'm not mad with Rudy saying, hey, yo, 3 out of 4 right before this break, unacceptable, y'all. We gotta go. So I'm cool.
I agree. I agree. I'm cool with the message. I'm cool with the messenger. I just don't like that it was said publicly. That's my only issue with the whole thing. I'm 100% with you. I'm okay with account. Shit, I even go on record of calling out coaches. Like, and I'm putting an address on. So,
is that right, Boogie? You did this?
Oh,
that doesn't sound like you at all.
And like I said, I'm all for accountability. Even if it's on me, I'm all for it. So, but the accountability needs to be spread within the room. Like I said, I'm totally okay with it.
Absolutely.
Publicly, I'm not. I don't do the public stuff. I don't like that part.
I get this. I feel like it would just feel, it makes things weird, but whatever.
Yeah,
like I feel like if one of you went out and said a bunch of bad stuff about like the show, and I'd be like, well, you never said that to my face. That's kind of weird.
Exactly. That's my point.
I get it.
If we having an in-house meeting and even if you call me out directly, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Publicly, subliminally, directly, whatever, it should not be brought outside of the locker room ever.
Can I ask you a question though?
What's that?
Did he lie?
No. And like I said, I'm okay with the message. I'm okay with the messenger.
So if like Finn saying that like he's disappointed, it's like, bro, somebody had to say it.
But I think he's more disappointed.
Y'all done lost 3 out of 4 to 500 teams and less. Somebody got to see it. So I'm more disappointed that it wasn't somebody that we need to see.
Yeah, I played for Finch. Finch cool as a fan. Like I said, I don't think he even is upset about the message. It's more so that it was said outside.
Yeah, in-house.
I think that's the whole issue in this. Nothing he said was wrong. I agree with him 100%.
Yeah, I'm giving Rudy the benefit of the doubt, because when you do post-game pressers and they come to your locker and all of that, you want to project, you want to get a message out. And Boogie knows this. This is how the post games work. You know, we probably already had a conversation in the locker room as players. So when I project my message out to our fan base or people that's going to have something to say, yes, I'm going to say, oh, this is unacceptable, this and that. So y'all won't think that we're comfortable with it, but if they didn't have that conversation behind closed doors, I can understand where Finch can have a problem with that as well. So
that makes sense.
I think I saw Jalen McDaniels' response to it, and even based off that, I could kind of tell it wasn't something that was.
What was his response? I didn't see that.
It was kind of more so like, I ain't really trying to talk about that. Like, I just come in and do my job. So for me, hearing that, I know the message wasn't said directly to the locker room before it was said publicly. Right. And that's exactly why I'm saying. Yeah. I don't think anybody cares.
I know you paraphrasing and you don't know exactly what McDaniel said, so I won't put words in his mouth and I won't put words in your mouth. But see, that'll be a problem to me if it's like, I just come do my job. It's like, no, dog, we leaking. What you mean? You just come to do your job. So I would have a problem with that as well. But I don't have all the context, so I'll leave that alone.
Yeah. It ain't no need for that.
I ain't gonna do you like that.
I think the only part in all of this that's wrong is it was public. That's it.
There you go.
All right. Fair enough. Well, they play Atlanta later today, so we'll see if any of this has any sort of an effect or
positive bump tonight. I might have to sit down and grab me some popcorn tonight.
Exactly.
Man, all we do is sit on our couches and watch sports. Good Lord, what's wrong with